Hi everybody, welcome back to another reading. Today's video is going to focus just on kind of general messages that anyone watching this and resonating with this might need to hear right now. So yeah, there's not really going to be many specific questions, but it's more so going to be just generic. And I want to start off with any messages that want to be said, as this beautiful Anhinga landed right outside the window with his wings open and turned around, did a little show for us. By the way, if you notice I have one nail on, it's because I never use glue on nails, and I saw this set and I liked the color a lot, and so I wanted to see what it feels like, because I know they can kind of hurt sometimes, so I just did this as a test, and I'm going to add more later, so don't mind my little one silly little pinky nail. So, okay, let's get some messages that those watching might need to hear right now. Things are feeling weird and sticky. We have the Two of Wands and the Three of Swords. Some people might feel like they're at a crossroads. The sun just wanted to pop out. Seven of Wands. Some of you are kind of fighting for something. Two of Swords. Yeah, there is some decision, some like limbo kind of feeling going on. And there's new, fresh beginnings coming soon, or you're on the brink of a refreshed kind of outlook. And it's interesting because so far we only have Wands and Swords. Some of you are entering into like a new phase of life. Yeah, new phase. Things are changing. The wheel of life is turning. Something about moving towards hopes and dreams. So I'm just kind of getting like the overarching energies right now that we're working with. And is there anything else? We have another three, the Three of Wands. So we have the Two of Wands and Two of Swords, and the Three of Wands and Three of Swords. So I think what's happening is there's some sort of evolution or some sort of process involving moving forward and almost integrating these aspects of fire and air. So fire being the element of drive and inspiration and passion and gusto and courage and energy, and the swords being air, or the intellect, thinking, ideas. So it's almost like some major decision that you have been focusing on in your life at this point in time towards this sort of like fresh new beginning, this massive change, this burst of inspiration, this move closer towards your visions, your goals, the things that are like your North Star, your guiding pillars. It's like you are working towards those things, and there's some major shift and major like choice going on, where it's like there's a lot of contemplation, but also it's almost like this strange balance between like action and thinking, and it feels really big. So I'm gonna put these back, and then I might actually want to use a different deck. I'm gonna grab a different deck. So I'm using the Mind's Eye Tarot by Olivia Rose, and by the way, this mushroom one is the Midnight Magic deck by Sarah Richard, in case you're interested in either. I'm just gonna open this one and set them aside. Beautiful artwork on these. Okay, so I just want to get more clarity on what the 2 2s and the 2 3s are saying with the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. Like, what is that? What does that play there? It's almost making me nervous. I feel like there's heavy contemplation energy and heavy expansion, bravery, commitment energy as well. We have the 7 of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So there's some like dreaming going on. This isn't really piecing together very cohesively quite yet. We have the Wheel of Fortune again. So there could be some something going on involving your dream of kind of what this idea of like nourishing looks like to you. That could be the big change going on for some people. There could be like an up level in the way that you relate with your intuition and your sense of feeling nourished, and your capacity to... My cat is throwing up in the background. I actually don't know which cat it is. I don't know if the mic picked up on that. I will take care of that after this video. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I was saying the Queen of Cups, and we have the Ace of Cups on the bottom. Queen of Cups is also relates to kind of creative expression. So there could be a big change happening, a shift or a new opportunity coming in the realm of how you dream, and like your dreams related to self-expression, poetic expression of the heart, and like how you derive like a sense of nourishment from that. So anything else? Got like 2s and 3s. So I actually pulled the 6 of Wands before I started this video. So yeah, this is kind of like going towards something that you want or believe in. Oh. Hi, honey. Hi. Are you okay? Hi, sweetie girl. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and this represents victory and recognition. So, okay. This is a lot of energy. Are there any more messages on what's going on right now? Judgment. Yeah, certain things are being cut out. Certain things are being assessed. There's like a deep refinement. The image that I get is like flour or powdered sugar being filtered through a sieve, I think, or a sieve. I think it's a sieve. Yeah. Something about the number 20 could be significant as well, because I'm just like noticing that on this card. Page of Swords. There's clarity coming. Clarity coming. But it's more than just clarity coming. It's adventure. It's action. It's young, naive kind of action. The Ten of Wands. That makes sense. I'm feeling a heavy energy. The Hermit. These messages are kind of all over the place. Honestly, the energy is very scattered. So I'm going to use a different deck and see if it's any clearer. So for those watching this, what is the main message that wants to come through? The main message. One main message. The most important message. The Seven of Swords. Well, that's interesting. So, yeah, you could be in a place right now where you're just not seeing the whole picture. This could involve deception or lies, like externally or even internally. So let's more on the Seven of Swords. Where is this lack of seeing? What area of life is this lack of seeing related to? Almost like your own happiness. That's interesting because, you know, we got the Seven and the Queen of Cups, and then forget what was after that, the Wheel of Fortune. And I was saying about how there's this revamping of kind of the way that you dream and experience, like that Queen of Cups energy, which relates to nourishment and fulfillment and creative expression. So it's like something regarding your own happiness and your own peace is like unclear to you. What is it specifically that's not clear? So you could be in conflict with yourself or with something outside of you at the moment, and this could be causing a lack of clarity. You might be in a situation where either in your own mind or outside of you there is arguments going on, or a situation where your voice is not heard. This represents not being heard. It's almost like a room full of chaos, a room full of divergent kind of, hope that's the right word, but opinions and perspectives and things like this. And it represents conflict and disagreement and kind of different intentions, different directions, different ways of seeing. So this energy, maybe there's been some influence regarding what you think you need to be happy and fulfilled versus what you actually need. And you're sifting through these ideas and these, these right, wrong, left, right, whatever kind of opinions and stuff. It's almost like a bombardment of information. What is your voice telling you about what you need to clearly recognize your own happiness? The Emperor. What is the Emperor saying? I'm getting this feeling of anxiety and nervousness. I asked, what did I just ask? I said, what is your, my intention basically was to look a little deeper into like, what is your, what do you need in order to be happy? Like, how did I word it even? What is authentic for you? What is, I don't know, my mind is really pretty muddy. So I'm going to put that aside, but where is this muddy energy coming from? What is it trying to say? Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. So for some people, there could be something going on where you have cut your losses or moved away from something, or you're going towards something new, and the transition into that feels drawn out. And it's almost as if, like, the image that I got immediately was pouring very viscous fluid out, very viscous fluid out of a cup. And because the Eight of Cups is, about moving on and releasing, and, it's the element of cups or water. So I imagine this, like, when you're pouring mud out of a cup, it's like you can't see the bottom of the cup because you have the sludgy, thick stuff that's like taking a while to like ungoop and just like leave the cup. So there's this sludgy, sticky energy. Something big, something sticky is like leaving your system. And so there could be something about like discipline and organization that could be really beneficial to you right now regarding, maintaining or moving towards your ideal version of happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment, things like this. So the Emperor coming out to, indicating what will essentially help you line up more with your with your own happiness. Like what is true for you about what you need in order to really be happy. The Emperor here, this is like sticking to your guns and leading with integrity. This is like knowing who you are and speaking with confidence and assuredness, and designating tasks and taking care of things that need to be done. So right now could be a time where discipline and leadership is very valuable, very important for you right now. So what is kind of an overarching message or perspective of what is getting in the way or blocking this kind of happiness right now? What is going on? Why is it being blocked right now? And I think we already have the answer, but just trying to clarify this message. It's kind of cryptic. There's a lot of cryptic energy in here, actually. What is the theme right now? The Sun. There's something about, there's a major theme correlated with your personality and how you express yourself and who you are. And then we also have the Sun, like at the face of the Sun within the Emperor. What is the overarching theme right now? What's going on? The Six of Wands. Well, this is actually the third time we pulled this card. I feel like this is like, don't worry. You have so many forces rooting for you, and you've already made it so far, and you've done so much. This is recognition. This is recognition for all your success, for all your hard work, all the effort, everything you've poured into whatever you've been doing to get yourself to this point. So you are seen on some level. You are recognized on some level, and it's a reminder of who you are. And especially with the Sun, it's like confidence and the opposite of self-doubt, assuredness, and with the Emperor as well. When are you going to arrive at that clarity, at at your own happiness. How and when will you arrive there? The world. Well, I mean, this is like total fulfillment. I feel like this could represent either internal or external circumstances. And really, I think it's a blend of the two of them, as within, so without. But there is a message about arriving at your fulfillment, arriving in a place where you feel fulfilled, where you feel full and whole and complete and satisfied. If I didn't already say satisfied. So it's like, it's going to be clear to you when you're kind of in it, when you're in that space. And any advice for arriving there? Any advice for arriving in that place? Keep going, for one thing. I switched decks, by the way. Allow what is leaving to crumble and die. Be fair. Be fair. Or just maintain balance. We have the Seven of Swords again. Yeah, find ways to stay. Find ways to recognize whatever it is that you need to recognize in order to liberate this Seven of Swords energy. I'm just going to leave that there on the ground symbolically. You know, I was actually reading something last night about Judaism, Jewish principles, and it is actually like a sin in Judaism to invalidate yourself, actually. And although, you know, sometimes people lie and people argue and things are not fair and the world is not fair and things suck sometimes. Things are hard, things are confusing. I mean, the messages here were kind of all over the place. And sometimes that's how things feel in life. And in the midst of that, we have to do our best to find balance, to find harmony, to find fairness, to allow these things to be released, because deception, Seven of Swords, and arguments and conflict, Five of Swords, like irresolute conflict, that stuff is not sustainable. That is not, you cannot fuel your forward momentum using that. You cannot stand on solid ground, the Emperor, with that. You cannot possibly recognize your own self and your own achievements and your own victories when you are enshrouded in these lies, whether they were fed to you by parents or friends or teachers or abusive relationships or co-workers or bosses or like whatever, wherever it came from, narratives in society, books, media. There is so much, there are so many lies in the world, and we really need to be disciplined and careful about what we filter in and what we allow in, because we want to reflect who we are. We want to be a force of light and vibrancy and nourishment and peace and happiness. Where we go, we want to reflect this holiness, this godliness, and it's impossible to do that when the foundations that you're standing on are made of illusions and lies. So what I feel like is happening right now is there's this it's almost elusive, this elusive crumbling of lies that have been holding you away from your righteous happiness for God knows how long. And so with the Justice card, this is saying, do right by who you really are. Do right, be fair. Amidst the lies end the chaos. Do right. Be fair. Be fair. Find balance. That really hit. So I'm going to put these away and then pull a couple of final cards about how to restore balance from this deception energy into aligned energy. And I'm actually feeling sick as I'm like speaking, so I wonder, I feel like there's a big purging going on. It's crazy. How do we do right by the truth? Our truth, ourselves, judgment, things are being cut out. How do we pursue justice? We have the Chariot again. This is saying, keep going. Like, you're so close. You're almost there. You're being rooted for so loudly, I feel. I just am seeing, like, you know, trumpets and angels and horses and beautiful things passing by, you know. How to continue pursuing this fairness. 10 of Wands. This is just acknowledging the burdens that you've carried. 2 of Pentacles. And the struggle, the indecisiveness, the internal battles, the uncertainty. How to move towards. Well, I think you need to acknowledge this feeling of burden and this feeling of stuckness. Acknowledge that, be with that, recognize it, recognize what holding these lies, you know, these falsehoods, these unsustainable truths, what they, you know, the effect that they have. Because I feel like you maybe are in it at the moment. How to move towards justice. I feel like things are just, this is naturally going to happen. So after this, I'll just pull one more final card. But what this is saying is that this is what you're going through right now. Feeling burdened and feeling indecisive and feeling stuck. Feeling so weighed down by everything. That's the 10 of Wands. You are moving. You are doing what you need to do. And on the way, this has come up. And it's just here. So continue to be present. Continue to acknowledge. Continue to nurture yourself. Nurture yourself. Validate yourself. Take care of yourself. And reach for love in places where you can find it. Whether that's, you know, from God or from a pet or from someone that is able to provide that love for you. Just wherever, you know, nature, whatever. But I think that this kind of wraps everything up, and it's a concept that I'm sure many people watching are probably familiar with, which is that, you know, you have to feel to heal, whatever it is, you know. So just take whatever time you need to be present with what you're feeling and, you know, what's coming up. Just observe it. Just continue being present. I know that this time around feels harder and more almost confusing maybe than past times, but that's just part of it. That's just part of it. And it doesn't mean it doesn't reflect you at all, or your character at all, necessarily. It's just the struggle, the feelings, you know, so you can just be with them. Just be present with them and do your best to just allow them to be and process them how you need to process them, with a therapist, with a friend, on your own, journaling, whatever it is for you that works. Meditating, I know that's a really good one to separate, you know, the mind from what's actually happening, what you're experiencing, so you don't identify as a burdened person, but you can be an unburdened spirit watching all of these things play out in your internal world. So meditation is very helpful for that. But the more you are present with that, the more clarity will come. It's on its way, it's coming. And you need to go through what you need to go through in order to receive clarity on the other side. So I'm gonna get one more card. One more card. Final words of wisdom. This is the Nine of Wands again. So I feel like the Nine of Wands came out last, or maybe second to last or something in the just a recent reading that I did. But what this is saying is know when to rest and also don't give up. This is acknowledging your gusto and your commitment. Nine of Wands is like you're at the final stretch. You have so much stamina. You have so much endurance and energy and bravery and power within you. And this card is acknowledging that you have made it unbelievably far. And yes, you are probably tired. You might be weary, but you've made it so far. So do not give up now. Know when to rest and take a break, but do not, give up. So that's what I got. Thank you for hanging out for this reading. I know they've been a little bit longer than usual lately, but sometimes it takes a little longer to really work the message out of what's coming up. So yeah, I offer personal readings as well. Send me a message if you're interested in one. And I have all the info, all my offerings in the description. I welcome tips. They are appreciated. The info for that is in the description as well. I do tarot readings, intuitive readings. I have some videos available, masterclasses if you want to dive deeper into any of this work or any of the things that I teach. And I'm also an artist, and you can check out my work at my website, AleaTamar.com. That's also in the description. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.